This is the Spellwork Archives with Urzuli Nala, and this is part 2 of Mr. Dapper. Now, if you have not listened to the first part, go back and do so that you can keep up, because as mentioned in the first part, this story gets real wild, real fun, and real fast. So after he granted my request, I was very, very excited, because I knew that this spirit, he was very dapper. He was a ladies' man, and we could likely be friends. And so just like clockwork, for days, weeks, and months, at 2:22 he'd show up. And eventually he questioned me on, why are you afraid to allow me into the home? I mean, I've been consistent and I've given you, pretty much everything you've asked. And I do that shit quick. And I simply told him, listen, you will not reveal to me who you are. And I'm very curious about that. Don't get me wrong, there is a level of trust, but there's also a tiny bit of distrust, because I feel like you know who I am, and I should definitely know exactly who you are, not just by the actions you've shown, but by a name. So he chuckled. He did a lot of chuckling. You know how those niggas do when you done caught them in something and they don't really want to say, and they know that you're not going to let up. So they just kind of chuckle and move on. And I mean, don't get me wrong. He was giving me knowledge, information, things needed. I am a sucker for the esoteric, the unseen, the unknown, what lies beyond this physical life. And he was providing a lot of these details to me. I mean, just like reading a book. He was so intelligent. I mean, this spirit just knew a bunch of shit. So I did have a male suitor at the time, and he didn't really care for this guy. I mean, he let me know very clearly that I should not trust this fella. But I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, this fella kind of reminds me of you in a lot of ways. He's very intelligent. He is a God body on this planet. I mean, he knows shit, and we teach each other. I mean, we pretty cool. Me and this fella wasn't necessarily in a intimate relationship as far as physically, but we were intimate through mind, because I'm a girl that a man has to be intelligent to get my attention, and this guy had done that. I mean, he had been around for about a year and a half at this point, and so far so fucking good to me. But Mr. Dapper, he didn't like this nigga. He was not feeling him. So on the weekends that I would leave from my loft and go out to Citadel, Texas, in this little house in the country, a very highly vibrational spiritual land. And we would do shadow work. I mean, we would do campfires, rituals. I mean, we would just have a fucking spiritual blast. Do you hear me? I mean, he just was almost like my helpmeet. Like we were helpers to one another. We assisted one another in a lot of the things. What he didn't know, I did. And what I didn't understand, he had a grand understanding of it. So it worked for me. So on this particular weekend, on a summer month, it was hot outside, and this little house, it had AC units in the window. It was a very old house, so it could get a little warm in there. So one evening I went and I took a cool shower, but for some reason it seems like I felt Mr. Dapper around, and this hadn't happened before. And I'm thinking, oh, he showed up over here. I would not expect him here, because he doesn't seem to care for this fella. And so as I'm taking my shower and, rinsing off and doing my oils and just speaking to my body, I hear Mr. Dapper say, yeah, I'm over here. And I'm like, you over there? Where? Because I didn't see anything with my energetic eye. I looked around and I didn't see anything. So I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. I don't have any issues. So I finish, getting my night attire on, and I go to rest for the evening, because on this night, for some reason, I was a little bit drained. I was tired, but I was not in a angry mood as usual. I was more so melancholy. I did miss my son, and I always talk to him as if he's sitting right there, and a lot of times as a grieving mother I could hear him, but sometimes I couldn't. My mediumship with my son in that time was not like it is with other spirits. So as I laid back and I'm kind of thinking on my son and the other children and just everything going on my planet at the time, I heard ribbit, ribbit. And I'm like, ain't no frog or toad in here, is it? So I sat up and I look around and I'm like, a frog must have got in here, and that would not be strange. I mean, we were out in the middle of the country. So I'm like, I don't see anything, but guess what? If a toad is up in this motherfucker, he gonna be in here, because I'm finna go to sleep. So I lay back down and I hear again, ribbit, ribbit. So at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? But I was taken back to the two bullfrogs that appeared to me after Mr. Dapper's first appearance. And now I'm curious, because I'm like, well, he doesn't come inside my loft. He kind of just hangs on the outside and throws his energy towards me. I've never said, come in. So why are you up in here? He said, well, he doesn't have many boundaries up. I mean, he allows any and everybody up in this motherfucker. So I'm absolutely within my rights to be up in here, and I need to be here with you. Things are going on that you may not notice as of now, and I got to protect you. And I felt a sense of protector, provider, lover coming from Mr. Dapper in that moment. And so I was like, now, he reminds me of a love that I once knew on this physical plane. I mean, he was all of that and then some, but this was a spirit. I mean, can a physical woman be in a relationship with a spirit? Well, apparently so, because he let me know, shh, be quiet. Don't let this nigga know I'm here. I've cloaked myself from him, but I got a plan. And I said, and exactly what is that plan? He said, now this nigga here, you like him physically. You're attracted to his mind. You're attracted to the way he looks. You're attracted to the way that he eloquently puts lyrics together, the way he be rapping his ass off. And I'm going to embody him so that I can be there with you physically. I said, hold up now. Wait 1 minute. Hold up. I am in no position to tell you that you can embody this man. Like, oh, what are you thinking? He said, this nigga is easy. He said, you may see him one way, but spiritually, this nigga a hoe. He's pimped out to every motherfucking body. He gonna do it. Y'all, when I tell you my motherfucking mouth dropped to the floor, I was shocked. And then I was in position to really moil over the thing that have been going on for about 6 months now. And I'm like, where did this spirit come from? And he still has not revealed who he is. So I'm still not so willing to go ahead and say that I'm going to stick around after you hop up in this nigga's body. And I did not think for one moment that he would not, because this nigga was like Aleister Crowley. I mean, he had opened up so many portals in that little house in the country that he likely did not know how to reverse any of them. And so my skepticism definitely rose because I did not think for 1 second he would not accept this offer, but I had to keep quiet. I had been sworn to secrecy, so all I could do was get ready for the motherfucking show, like for part 3.